Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to discuss with you one of the well-known Python library that is Tkinter, like how it works and what are the uses about this Tkinter library, and what are the projects or what are the small simpler projects we can make. First of all, Tkinter is a built-in Python library used for creating graphical user interface. What is graphical user interface? Graphical user interface in the sense that user interface that the user can experience, what user can see. So it consists of all the predefined classes and methods. For example, these elements like windows, buttons, labels, entry fields. So these are the things what are the visible when we look at any app or any, if you open any website or any anything. These are the main labeled things like windows, buttons, labels. So these are the things which we can use it more widely and more freely with this Tkinter library. Now let us see what are the steps to import this Tkinter library and how to create this main window and how to create this and what are the applications in daily life, and let us we to create one of the daily life application with this Tkinter. Let's go through. First of all, how to import this Tkinter? We can import this Tkinter as TK. Just it is a built-in GUI module, and it can it is just named as TK. Later on, I will explain this in while we do one project that is a notepad. And in there, I will explain it more deeply, but let's just have an overlook here. Then how to create a main window. Just I created a main window. Main window is the core of anything. It consists of everything like whatever the labels, buttons, windows, whatever the things. It all these consists in the main window. Then we can add any widgets of your type. Any widgets you want like buttons and text fields are the things you can add later. Um, some of the simple daily life projects using this Tkinter Python library is the simple calculator. The simple calculator, I think already we learned in the lab how to do it and what the approach. Now let us make one of the simple applications on Notepad how to do it. Let's see. First, as I said, first we need to import this Python library. What is that? Tkinter. Just see how I import this. Import Tkinter as TK. Just I imported this Tkinter. Just imported this Tkinter. Now after importing this Tkinter from Tkinter, from this Tkinter, so it so what is just we imported Tkinter as TK, and from the Tkinter, we need to import some of the data like FIFE dialog, comma, message. It I imported this field dialog, and why I imported this from the stack interface. File dialog. What is the project? File dialog. File dialog and message box. Whatever the project we are making is that Notepad. Notepad with simple buttons like input file, save file, and exit file. That is the main thing we are doing. Field dialog is for whatever the input and save and exit buttons we are doing. It is for that. And message box is for the popping of the messages. Why? Because once we save the file, it should the it should pop messages like that your file is saved successfully. For those kind of messages, we use this and message box. Now, what is the next is we need to create a main window. Main window, I already said it is the root or it is the main container of all the things we need to add next time. Means whatever the things we are adding from now, like widgets, labels, and text and all. For everything to work, we need to create a main window. The main window is container of all. Let's call this root and root dot root. Just I created the main window. Not equal to Tkinter. Okay. Just I created the root. What it comes root. Just I created the root. And next, for the project we are making is the notepad. I need to get this title to the notepad. Just since it is the container of it is the basic container which consists of everything, we need to add the title for this title. First, the title be simple notepad. The title will be simple notepad. Okay. Okay, I think we are okay with the title. Next, we can add the geometry inside. At what size, it should maintain. Geometry. What geometry it should maintain. Within geometry of your size, of your wish, you can add any geometry of your size. Now, I added the geometry for the main window. Just I created one main window with the title notepad, and that window is of the geometrical size 600 cross 400. Now, what is the next task? See, in Notepad, we need to enter multiple text and all. Once we open Notepad and we used to enter different text and all. For the Notepad to accept that multi-text, we need to have to text area. Text area. Text area. Why I am doing this text area? Because it's- for the Notepad, we need to add multiple text areas. We need to add multiple lines we used to write. So for that, I take a text. Since after writing this line, we are able to access and we can able to write multiple text here. Where we are all doing this? It is we are all doing this main window. Main window is root. We can wrap it and add some word here. We add the word here. Everything is working in the main window. For there to enter the multiple lines and to enter the multiple text, what are the text we need to enter? I have written like this now. Window equal to true. The reason to write this line is that once we text or once we enter any word or anything in a notepad, for example, if you want to backspace or if you want to delete the text, whatever you want, to make it work, to make our text to delete, you need to write window equal to true. That's it. So after creating this text area, I am packing this text area. I am packing this text area. Text area dot. I need to pack this. I am just packing this text area and how it packs is I have created the text area and I am packing this. It's equal to 1 and equal to 4. After filling the food, what's the reason to do this? Why I have written like this means expand. I can expand the size. Means I can expand my size of whatever the size I want to be. I can expand. Fill both. Why I have written this line in the sense fill both in the sense I can expand it across its width and across its height. In both dimensions I can express. I can expand this. So that's why I written this line. So What are the things we done is that just first of all, we imported the Tkinter SDK and we imported the field dialog comma, we imported the field dialog comma, we imported message box. I know I already said its uses. Field dialog box is for since we are creating a notepad application, it should consist of input file, save file, and exit file. Then message box is for popping up the messages. Like once if you saved your file successfully, it should give the message file saved successfully. And I created the basic window. Like I have given the title notepad and I have given its geometry and I make that it is able to we can enter the text area. But now what if we do is I said we are creating a notepad. For that, for input file, we need to write one function. For input open file. For opening a file, we need to write one function like open file. It is one function. This function that is how to open a file and how we can open the file in the notepad. And let's see here. The path equal to it's like this. It is audible to you. Dialog. Like this. Dialog. Ask open file. Ask open. Ask open. It is not open. Types. File types means what are the file types it can be. It can be text files. Yeah, just text files. Comment. Notes. Text files. See, our first function is that to open a file. Means instead of we just creating this notepad orderly and with a set of instructions and set of like it's a particular set we are making this. First of all, text file. How to open the file? For opening the file, we are writing one function. After that, we can write another function for saving, and we can write another function for what is that for exiting. And after exiting, so how the interface looks and how we can work and all we can see better. Now let's go through this. Let's open file. Dot text file it is. We can open all kinds of files. It must work for all kinds of files. So write all files, all files, all files, dot star file. I have written this line for opening a file. For example, the file you want to open, you must just search and go to open file button, and it should be acceptable for all .text files. Once, if the file you are checking for is present, file, file once the file you are searching for and the file you want is present, just open the file. By using this, we can open that file. And file path is there. And we can open that file. We can start. So, open the file as in read mode. It's just it open file for means we're just reading the file. Once we open the file, it just reads the contents means what is present in it. We are just opening the file. After that, text area. Whatever the text area present here. And we can put in text area. First of all, the reason to do this is that if you want to insert any new content when you open the file, if you want to insert any new content, first of all you need to delete the whatever the content present here, and then next we just insert our the content what we need to insert. First of all, it clears the before loading into the content. It first clears, and then next it will insert into the file and what we want to insert. Then next we completed the function for open file. Now we just complete one function for how to save the file. Let's save the file. It is same as this one. It's same as this one. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Save file. Now we just opened the file. Now we are going to save the file. The file will not. Um, just, save this. Why I written like this means we whenever we open any notepad, if we want to save any file, we click on the after loading the after writing the content in the after opening the file, we just write the content whatever the content you want or whatever the text you want, we just write. And after writing this and after writing the content, we just want to save this. We used to save that. We want to save that. For saving that content, I written here that field dialog dot ask save as file. We will save the content, but it consists of some default extension. Default extension means so we'll write extension. Default extension. File types means what are the types of files we can save means it's all kind of it's all kind of files like text files, text files, um, dot star files, dot text files. And these are the files we are seeing. And here let's see what can we can all files. Okay. all types. It's somewhere it is showing the errors. Here it is. Okay. Now it is working. But I don't know why here it is showing the end. I can't see why it is showing like this. Let's check. Okay, after completion of this, after for saving files, how we save files means in after for saving file we have saved one file. First of all, we need to open this. How we open before for opening file we have opened it in a read mode. Now we need to open this in a write mode. For file path, whatever the file path is given, we need to open in a write W indicates it is in the write mode. I need to encode this equal to keyboard key of 9 8 it is like this. Let's see. Let's go to F8 as file. See, it indicates that we are searching for one file. So we want to search for one file. Once the file we are searching for is present, once the file we are searching for is whatever the file we are searching for is present, we need to add some contents in this. After saving the contents, we need to save the contents. After the content is present, if the file path is existing, we need to add a new path like this. Path exists. I missed it before because why we have done like this means if we want to save the file, we need to load the contents, means whatever the contents is present. Means we are checking whether the file location where we want to change the file path means is checking the location of the file where we need to save this file in the. So after checking location, we need to retrieve all this data. Means whatever the data we written, we need to retrieve all the data file document. Means already I think we already written something data before. We need to retrieve this. Okay. I'm just retrieving this data. Yes. Text data, no text data. I'll get whatever. Mm, mm. What is happening is whatever the text we written in Notepad is after if file path is this indicates that we are locating that area or space where to store this file, and after locating it we need to retrieving all the contents into the file, and after loading all the contents, as I said that here we are using message box. What is the use of this message box means it just pops the message that once you saved the file, it once you save anything, once you save, okay, I think something spelling is wrong here. File driver, and I think it's correct. Tkinter, Tkinter is also okay. For whatever the after retrieving the data, whatever we written on the page of the notepad, just you need to pop the message that your file is save successful. Okay, this is this is what is dot dot. After writing, I need to show some info. What are the info I want to show? Is success. To info. What does this indicate? What does this actually indicates means, first of all, we created a window, main window here. Then next, for opening the file, we return one function here. After for that function, what are the things which present in that? First of all, we need to load the text, and if there is any text is okay, just we need to delete and we insert the new text and we open the file. After the file is has opened, we need to do is that we need to save the file. For saving the file, already we return this function for saving file. If here it is searching for the location that where we need to save the file. Once we find the location, we need to retrieve all the contents. Means what are the data we return? We need to return into the selected file, and after that we need to pop the message like that your file is saved successfully. We have completed our two tasks. Then next is that we need to I want to add one more feature is that exit. Means I want to exit if I want to exit that after when after moment after saving the file, if I want to exit from this, then I need to write one more function for this exit, like exit app for this exit app. I want to exit from this app. I want to just root the desktop. Mm, mm. Since after writing this root.desktop, it will exit from the app. Means it comes out of this app after once I since the moment I written this. So we can add many more features like a cut, copy, paste, view. You can add all these, but for the simplification, to make understand what actually this library does and what are the things we can make easily with this library. Okay? I just done simple thing. It is just very few features like this open file and save file and now exit okay. Mm, file, mm, to- it is it's like this. Okay, now it is ready with three functionalities. I need to call out this function. For this, I need to show these things or show these as a menu. I need to write on menu bar equal to take it root. Means whatever the root application for this root for this window we are creating. So one menu bar. Menu bar in the sense it needs us to show you as an options like input, save, open file, save, exit. It needs to show you as a menu of options. For this, I imported I created one menu bar. After creation of this menu, I need to create a file menu here. File menu. Let me create this one. Mm. And after creating, I have created the file menu here. For this, it's correct. See, you may have one doubt that why I written tier of equal to 0 here. Why? Because since I am making a notepad, It must contain these options like open file, save file, and exit files. These must be should be linked to each other. This must work together without any dispatching. So to make that work, to make this menu bar work without any dispatch or without any dislocation, we are using tear off. So that's why it is a built-in function, and I am making it as tear off equal to 0. Now we can add the comments for whatever the functions we have created above. For all this function, now we can add the comments like for example file menu dot and add comment. And we are adding the comment for this file menu that we are adding the label. Label equal to if I want open for the opening of any file. I need to have, I want to if I want to open the file, I need to click on the open button. So I have given the label. That's what its command equal. Just call the function. Whatever the function we created, just call it. It is for this. Similar way, I can create for all these things. So these things in the sense, what are the functions we have we created for open file, save file, and exit app? I need to label all these functions. I need to label all these functions on with one with buttons. There should it should appear the button like open for opening the file. It should gives the output as open. For saving the file, it should give the output as save like that. It is for saving the file. I want to save the file. It should give like this. For this, we need to call out the function save file function. Save file function. Now we called and we had given the comments for the both opening files and saved files. Next, what is present next? I just want to add one separator here. So what is the use of separator means? Let me explain. File menu dot add separator. I'm adding the separator here because since the moment I created open file button and the save file button, if I need to open a file, one button is present. For saving file, one button is present. I want to need a separate line for saving file, opening saving file, and the exit button. So I added a separator here. Then next I want to call this exit button. What is this? This is exit button. For this I want to call the exit button. Now I am calling the label exit and command equal to what the command the command equal to exit error. And the command is exit the app we already existed. So now all these three available buttons, all these three available labels like open, save, exit, I want to cascade it. This cascade means I want to put it in another name. Another means I want to put it in another name file. That is called file. Okay. That means file. Number. This number is here. I have written what is number. And now I'm adding cascade. What is cascade? After adding the cascade, I just want to label it as I want to label equal to file. Yes, I labeled it as a file. What does this indicate? Means whenever I press that button, if I clicks that button, file button, there I use the open button, save button, and exit button. There I can use. So now menu equal to whatever the menu till we did now is given under the file menu. Is given under the file menu. I think you are okay with this from now. What is happening here? Exactly what is happening here. So this to display this menu bar on the window is what is the main window. It is the root window we create to display this there. We need to config equal to menu bar, equal to menu bar. So what is actually why I configured it here means we are creating open, save and file, and all these three buttons are stored in file option to display this on window means our main window to even to display about this, whatever the menu we have prepared to make it display on there we need to use this config button. So this config function it is built in. So we are calling it and using it with root main root. After configuration, just I'm running this function. Okay. Mainly, main- mainly, I'm just calling this function. I think we completed our task. First of all, let me save this and run this. It seems the code is not going to make sense. It's running here. See, it is the output we got that we created a simple notepad. As I said, first it shows the file option. In that file option, we anchor, open, save, and exit. I already explained you about this separator. This separator separates the open save as one and it separates from exit. That's what the separator is. Then from here, it is the general process. What are the files we want to save? You can say, see, already said you, whenever these files we are saving, it is of the form .text files. So you can see here, we can view here. And if we want to enter in multi-line comments or anything, I need to save this. If I need to save this, I need to save this. Something with whatever the file name I want, I can save it. So this is the basic one of the basic project what we can do with this, what we can make, what we can make with this Tkinter. There are many more things we can do with this. There are the many more possibilities. Whatever we want, we can simply do. But we must know how to use these basic functionalities and how to use these words and how to create the window and how to I too can add many options like if you want to add cut and if you want to add paste you can add and you can write the functions for this and you can add them separately. That's what is I have just done a just a basic project. That's it. Thank you.